guys, this is Elise and welcome to my channel. I decided to work in my journal today. I actually started a new journal and this is going to be a coffee themed journal. My husband and I, we love taking coffee dates, and today we discovered a new coffee shop that's in the area. It's called SDKS Cafe and Coffee, and it was actually really good. So I decided that that was going to be the first page in my journal, and I started this page, and then I decided, you know what, let me turn on the camera. So instead of trying to talk through it as I was going along, I decided to do a voiceover. I hope this comes through okay. So as you can see, I already have my picture sitting there, the first picture that I'm going to be adding to this page. I am using some old pink paisley paper. I'm not sure what the name of the collection is, but I've had this in my stash for a while, and I just created a little side tuck spot right there. I'm not sure what I'm going to be putting there yet, but you can see that that is a little tuck spot. And the paper is so pretty. Now, instead of mounting my picture onto white paper, I'm actually going to be putting it on top of some of this orange, it's kind of a peachy orange watercolored paper, and I thought it was so pretty, so I just roughly tore it, and I'm going to be putting that picture right at the top of that page, and I thought that looked really pretty. And then next I'm going to be working on a small, I believe I'm going to start a little tag to go on that side pocket. I think that's what I'm going to do next. And I'm just going to use some scraps. There is the coffee sleeve that came with the coffee. And I think I'm going to put that down at the bottom. Yes, it is going to go down at the bottom, but I'm not going to, am I going to put that down? Yep, I'm going to just staple that right at the bottom. So sometimes I just grab for my stapler. It's just easier, especially when I'm using something thick and heavy like this coffee sleeve. I know that it's going to stay and it won't be coming loose at the bottom of the page. So that's what I did there. So now I've got my background sort of together, and now I can start adding some things. Now I'm sitting there, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put the labels that came off of our coffee cups. And they are like little stickers. They're not very sticky, but I'm just sticking them right on that page, actually behind that coffee sleeve, because I'm going to be using that coffee sleeve as a pocket. So those are going right behind. I did cover up the picture just a little bit, but that's okay. I was in a really vintage mood today, so I'm using some vintage things. And this page is going to have a real vintage feel to it. So there are a couple other photos that I have, and I'm just cutting those apart. And I'm going to be adding those as well onto some of that scrap paper that I have left on my desk. So there is a picture of the coffee that we had. I had a vanilla latte with soy milk, and my husband had just a regular brewed coffee. He added some cream and sugar, and it was really good. And then we shared that bagel sandwich. That was a lox and bagel with, it had cream cheese and tomato, and what else did it have on it? It was really good. So we shared that because it was a little on the pricey side. That sandwich, I think, was $10. So we decided to share a sandwich. So, but yeah, I love seeing new little coffee shops come in the area because, you know, Starbucks is everywhere. But sometimes, quite honestly, I get tired of Starbucks. So it's nice to support a small business. And they have only been open 7 days. So we were really happy to go in and give them some business and try them out. I actually did a post in one of the community Facebook groups that I'm in, and I just told everyone to go in and just go give them a try. So there I am putting those two photos on the other side, and I like it there. And I even have space where I can write, but I don't think I'm going to write on there. I'm going to add something else. And there's just a little string that's on my paper. I was working on something else where I had some twine on my desk. So I'm just using my glue stick for this, guys. And usually the glue stick just does just fine holding things in place. So I hope you guys are getting some crafty time in. I wanted to make a bigger journal. I actually started the other day was National Scrapbooking Day, and I actually started on a big Disney journal for one of my friends that lives in California. I'm going to be taking it to her. But then I decided, you know what? I want a another journal. So here I'm taking a piece of scrap, and that's just the branding strip off the paper, and I am just making like little pieces that look like washi tape to look like they're holding those photo cards in place. So use all your scraps, guys. Don't throw anything away. What I usually do is I leave all my scraps on my desk until I'm done. And then that way I don't have to go digging in the trash if I need something. So if I need just a little piece like that, especially the branding strips, because sometimes the branding strips are really pretty, and sometimes they even have words on them that you can use as little subtitles or titles on your page. So don't throw your scraps away. Okay, so now I'm going to decorate that side pocket, and I just pulled some dictionary, some vintage dictionary paper, because I'm making I just want to add a little bit more to that, to the underside of because I'm going to be adding some lace there, and I wanted something a little bit more underneath. So I'm adding some vintage dictionary paper there. And then I'm going to pull out some vintage lace that's been in my stash for a really long time. And I just don't use that stuff very much anymore. So today I decided, you know what? I'm going to use some of the vintage things, some pretty things that I have in my stash. So I'm going to get some lace here in just a second. There we go. And you're going to see that I'm going to try to use my fabric tack glue. And that's just not going to work. My glue bottle, the tip of my glue bottle broke, and I wasn't able to get the glue out. But see, there's my fabric tack, and the top is really, the top is broken, the tip is broken off, and I wasn't able to get it out. So I'm going to just quickly grab my glue stick, and it's going to do the job just fine. And if I feel like it's not sticking enough by the time I'm done, I can always go back later and just staple at the top and staple at the bottom. Don't be afraid to use your stapler. But the glue stick actually holds pretty well. So I'm going to use it to attach this pretty lace. That lace I've had in my stash for, oh my goodness, probably over, I would say probably maybe 10 years, maybe. And so I use my lace, my pretty vintage lace, very sparingly. I've had that for quite a while. I remember the days I used to go downtown Los Angeles to the garment district and get trims and laces. So I'm hoping when I go out to California, if I get a chance to go this summer, I'll get a chance to hit some of my stores that I used to visit and get some more pretty laces in that. So there's another piece of that pink paisley paper. And I'm going to use that to make a tag to just slip in that pocket. So I'm pulling out my, I'm going to cut it down. I put up my paper cutter and I'm going to cut it down, and then I'm going to decide that it's too big because I didn't want it to totally cover the photos. So I am going to cut it down a little bit more. So it's too big, too long, too wide. So I'm going to cut it down just a little bit more. And I may cut it more because that still seems, yeah, that's too. I'm going to cut that one more time because I don't want it to cover, my photos. So I think I'm going to tear it at this point. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just tear that down. And there we go. That's what I want. I just wanted a small little tag. I don't have lots to write for this page, so I didn't want to give myself too much journaling space. I just wanted to have enough just to write some points about this place, whether we liked it, just a little review so we can remember, whether it was a good spot, if we want to go back again. Like I said, it was a little on the pricey side, but so was everywhere at this time. So I just used a piece of scrap that was on my desk to make a little tab top, and I just tore it down and used my stapler and added it there. I am going to come back to that tag and decorate it a little bit. But first, I'm going to go on, and now I think I'm going to, let me see what I'm doing here. Next, I'm thinking. Sometimes you just have to stop for a second and think. I'm actually trying to use some of the things that are on my desk as well. Oh, and I found some little, those little chevrons that I made those with a little stamp that came in one of Lisa's kits, her Lollipop Box Club kits. and I stamped it on some green gingham paper. And I just love those. I do have a little stash of those on my desk. Every time I stamp those, I always stamp a couple extra, and I just add them to the little tray that's on my desk. And I think right now I'm looking for another one that matches. I'm looking for another green one, and I found one. And I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put it. I really wanted to add 3, but I thought 3 would be too many. Although I try to do these things sometimes in 3s, but at this in this instance, I only used 2. And I just added it there. It would have been nice to have one on the other side of the page. And I can still go back and do that, but I don't think I do. So now I am looking for figuring out what to do. Oh, and I want to stamp. Now here is where I think I kind of messed up. I took this little coffee stamp and I stamped it at the bottom of that page. And I'm going to stamp it at the bottom of the page. But because that bottom corner is a little busy, you're not going to be able to tell that well, you can if you look up close, but I don't know how it's going to show through camera, but I really regret kind of stamping that there. I should have stamped it on some paper, and I was pressing really hard. My little finger was shaking there because I was pressing down really hard. But it came out pretty cute. I like it. I didn't try to redo it or anything like that. I just left it. It's just the paper. It's just my journal. So I'm not going to go, sometimes you can try to fix things and you can mess things up. And then I take this other little coffee stamp and I just stamp there, a little coffee cup. And I may even go back, which I don't do in this video, but I think I'll go back and color in that little heart. I think that would be really cute to color in the heart that's on that cup. And now I'm thinking, and I found some, now here I'm decorating the little tag. I found some Tim Holtz decoupage tissue paper. And I'm just adding a little piece there, and it has like music notes on it. And I think it has butterflies, but the little piece that I tore off just had the music notes. And then I'm using another little green piece of scrap gingham. I believe that little piece was on my desk as well, and I just used it to decorate the bottom of that tag. And I'm actually going to come back to this tag once more. On the back, I'm just adding some lines. I do have a line stamp that I could have used, but it wasn't on my desk. So I just grabbed a black ink pen and I just made some lines, some thin lines. And I like that because it gives it just a sort of an organic look to it. So it does not have to be perfect, guys. And actually this page, I didn't want this page to be perfect because I wanted it to be more junk journal-y like. And so that's why I'm using so many scraps and things. So I'm thinking what I want to do. Oh, and I found I had a little butterfly on my desk too. I'm going to find it in just a second. I actually lost it for a second, but I'm going to find it. It got buried on my desk. So, and I had couple other little scraps of that green gingham. And I'm just putting it around on the page just to sort of bring your eye around. And just make the pages look a little bit more cohesive. And I think I'm going to put one on the other side. Maybe not. No, because I only had 3 little pieces. And then after that, let's see. Do I work on that little tag again? No. I think I'm done with that little tag. Or I'm going to find my butterfly. I do add a butterfly to that tag. But right now, at the moment, it's lost. And I think I just found it, yes. My desk got a little messy. I should have stopped to clean up a little bit, and I probably would have found it a little bit sooner. But sometimes when you get going and get in the kind of the groove of working on a page, you don't want to stop to clean up. I know I don't. I'll just clean up when I'm done. So what am I going to do now? I think I'm going to make another tag for the other side. For that pocket that I created, but I'm thinking. I don't have a plan. Usually when I work on my journal, on my pages, I don't really have a plan. So, but I'm going to try and do more process videos, even if I do a voiceover, just so that you guys can see what I'm thinking here and what I'm doing. I love watching process videos, but it's sometimes kind of hard for me to talk about what I'm doing and do it at the same time. So I think for me, right now, for now, the voiceover works better for me. So now I'm just using my date stamp, and I probably should have stamped this at the top, but it's okay. And I'm just stamping the date there. I know now this page, I will, when I work in this journal, I will put the exact date because I'll know the exact date. And so today is the 6th, so I stamped May 6th on this page. And now I think I found another little cute little stamp, and I'm going to stamp a coffee. I'm making another little tag here for the pocket, and that tag set, that is from Tim Holtz. It's one of those it's called Stampers Anonymous, and it's some clean stamps that I bought years ago at Tuesday Morning, and it's the coffee set. And I'm just tearing. You guys see, I don't use my paper cutter or my scissors very much. I like to tear. I like the rough edges. And I just made a cute little, quick little tag. And I think I'm getting out my vintage photo ink pad. And since this is a vintage sort of page, I decided I would go around those edges. I have not done this in a long time, but I'm just going to swipe lightly around those edges, give it a little bit distressing. And I think I'm going to go back and do the other tag as well. So I'm just adding a little bit of vintage photo, and then I'm going to add a scrap paper to make a little tab pull at the top. So there we go. And then I pull out that other tag, and I just want to add a little bit of distressing to that other tag, just so that they look like they go together. So just a little bit, not too much. Do you still ink your edges sometimes? I know a lot of people that do vintage and grunge, use the distress inks. I don't use mine very often, but for this page, I thought, you know what, that will be fun. So I pulled that out. And now I think what I'm going to do is look for some words to go on this page because it needs something. You see me tapping my fingers there because I'm looking and it does not look finished to me. Something is missing. And that's what I do. I usually just look, and I found some word stickers. And these little word stickers are, I think I'm not sure where I got those. I'm not sure where, those are authentic word stickers. And I'm just pulling a few and trying to see what I'm going to use on this page. So I've had those for a really long time. I actually have a shoebox, a little plastic shoebox from the Dollar Tree that I keep all of my little word stickers. And sometimes when I cut out words from magazines or from children's books, I will put them in this box. And when I need a word or a little phrase, I just grab that box and just kind of shuffle through and find what I'm looking for. So here I'm adding joyful moment. And then I'm going to find some more because I'm not quite done yet. Let's see. What am I doing now? Finding some more stickers. And these stickers, I've had them for a while, so I am using my glue stick to put a little bit of glue on the back of them before I stick them down. You may not be able to see me do that in the video, but that's what I usually do. Even if they're pretty good, in good shape, most of the time, I still use my glue stick to add that extra security so that they don't fall off, especially if it's like letters or something like that, single letters. I always put glue on the back just to hold them in place. And I think this page is turning out really, really pretty. I'm really enjoying doing this vintage page. Like I said, I have not done vintage in a long time. And I'm just liking the way this looks. And I was just in the mood for this today. So I'll show at the end of this, I'll show the cover that I used. Because like I said, I had started and I just decided to turn on the camera. So you guys didn't see the cover. And it's actually a cover that I collaged a few years ago. And I decided to use it because it had some coffee images on the front. So I'll show it when I get done with this page. I'm still adding words here. And I think I'm going to be done with this in just a second with adding words. There. One more. That bagel was so delicious. Oh my goodness. And it was a egg bagel, I think. And this particular shop, they get their bagels from New York overnighted to them every day. So they get fresh bagels. Well, I don't know every day, but they get fresh bagels overnight from New York. And it was delicious. It was a really good bagel. A little pricey, but like I said, that sandwich was really pricey, but I thought it was really good because we did share it. So, and it was enough. Half the bagel was just, it was plenty for each of us to have. So there, I think that's the last word I'm going to add, I think. And then what do I do now? Put in that glue. Do you guys remember to put your top on your glue sticks? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I try because I'm trying not to waste. And then now I'm adding a staple here to the side of that cup sleeve because it kept poking out and that was bothering me. So I just put one staple on the side just to hold it a little flatter. And this is how my journals get so thick, is because I add so much to my pages. What am I doing here? I'm not getting ready to distress anymore. No, I thought about it. I thought about distressing around the edge of the page. I'm trying to look at this and see what it needs. I found another little coffee cup stack, and I thought that was really cute because that little spot right there needed something. And so I added that, and I'm going to be done stamping because sometimes you can get carried away with the stamping and you can start messing up your page. Like I did with that little coffee mug. I pressed too hard and I've got that little edge around it. And here I found some washi strip paper from one of Lisa's kits, and I added that yellow strip of hearts at the bottom, and then you can see me adding some of that white paper with the little green hearts, and I'm just adding some on both sides. I'm almost done with this page. Trying to figure out where to put that little piece right there, and I'm gonna add. No, I'm not gonna put it there. Okay, I decided to use it as like a little piece to hold those tags, even though it's not. Those little coffee labels are already stuck down. And I'm going to add, I have one more little piece there, and I'm going to add it to the other little label. I had a really nice bag in the car, and it's out in the car actually. It's a waxy, sort of like a sandwich bag, and it has the name of the sandwich, the type of sandwich I got was on it, and I left it in the car. I wanted to add it to this page, but by the time I got started with this page, there was nowhere to add it. Now I could come back with that bag and add it as a flip in between these two pages, and I may do that. I'm not sure. I don't know if I need it because I don't have any more photos, so I probably won't add it, but it would have been nice to add to this page. And now what am I doing now? I am looking for something. Oh, I think I found another little strip, and I'm going to add one of the little labels, I think, at the top. I think that's what I'm going to do here. But I think what I'm doing, I'm looking for something else because I feel like it just needs one more little thing here. Yeah, I'm going to take one of those little labels and put it right up there at the top. But I think I'm going to go back, and once I put it up there, I'm going to look at it, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to distress it just a little bit. I felt like it needed distress because I have two tags that are distressed, and I felt like that needed a little bit of distressing too, just to sort of even out that page. So there you go. You know, sometimes less is more, but for me, more is more. I love adding things to my page, and I just keep adding until my eyes and my brain says, okay, that's enough. So I'm going to add that little label there, and I'll write on that. And I think I'm done. I think I'm done, guys. Yep, I am. So, okay, there's the front cover, and there's my page. And you can see that I added lots of elements to that page. In that coffee sleeve, I added the tags. I added that pretty lace. So there's my little tag. And with the little lines on the back, I'm going to add now on this one. Because I didn't add it the first time. I was looking for my ink pen. I lost it on my desk. So I had to grab another. And I'm just going to add some more little lines there. They don't have to be straight. And now I have two areas where I can journal. I can journal on the pocket, that's the tag that's tucked in the pocket on the side. And I can journal on this one that's tucked there. And that is plenty of journaling space for this page. Okay. And what else am I going to show you guys here? So there's the other tag. Turned out really cute. And I can write on that one. Like I said, I don't need a lot of journaling space for this page. And there we go. Really pretty lace. I love that lace. So pretty. And there you have it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, please do so.